Tree. Tree. It's overpassing the ozone layer. This is speed drawing. Speed drawing. Speed drawing. Speed drawing.
Hello, my name is Gabriel Di Bertolazo and my age is 8 years old.
I am Oliver Agustin, a senior sa Hawaii. So I am artist from Bukidnon, Talandig. We here para mag-draw.
I am Sherian Lexis Ilo and I am 8 years old.
Hello, I'm Dexter from Xavier Engineering.
Jacob, age 9, turning 10.
Mark, I'm 41 years old, and I'm a hydrologist.
What's that?
We're studying water. Do you like water?
I prefer leaves.
I am Luke and I am 8 years old.
My name is Val. I'm 27 years old, and I wish I were 8 years old as well.
I'm asking you to draw what you think forests will look like in the future.
Okay, what are you thinking? What's your plan? How are you gonna draw this?
I'm gonna draw the planet,
Okay.
and it's gonna be lush.
Okay.
Very lush. I think I'm either a good teacher or a bad teacher, so I'm gonna make one side bad and one side good, and divide them into half.
Okay.
Okay. I always would like to be on the bright side of things. Because what's the use of thinking about living when you think about a bleak future? So.
Do you think trees are important?
Yeah,
Why?
Why is she?
because they filter the air we breathe. They also serve as a habitat for the animals which they also live in.
When I was younger, I thought trees are really just for construction because I'm doing engineering and it's for just people to really use it up.
And then waste it.
But then I realized that if there are no trees, like living trees, then the rain would just come down easily, and that's why we have floods.
If you start cutting trees now, then maybe it will turn flooding and the forest will almost be like almost no more trees. Can I have yellow?
Okay. It's yellow, and I'll give you green ahead, and blue, and purple.
I like green
Why is it your favorite color?
because it lights up. The line lights up and then I like it.
Do you know about the color green? What is the meaning?
No?
Color green is healing. Like sa akong kuan sanina karon. So sa amo Talandig is we usually kuan kining red, black and white. So each color na sa kuan representation.
That's big.
So red is
Why is
courage,
such a big
brave, and love, and white is purity and peace also.
How many trees have you planted in your life? Do you know?
I think 4.
Before you turn 20 years old, how many trees do you want to plant?
Maybe 10.
10. Okay, I'll have the same goal as you.
Jacob, do you imagine the future without trees?
I'm thinking of a world, a barren wasteland without trees. A barren wasteland full of fire.
I think everyone, especially the young, I've noticed that they have this thinking of the worst case scenario. But I always believe that as long as good people exist in this world, there's always a better future.
Of which and one of my classmates said that even though they would cut down trees for the space and to make the roads, but they would still plant more trees after.
I think some countries do it or call it a sustainable forest program. Well, because trees are also very useful for human development, but we have to make sure that we replenish it. We do not deplete the footprint of trees, for example. My hope is that this doesn't get lost when they grow.
I'll drag up more trees. because it would make the air cleaner and animals can still live in their habitat. And I like animals.
Would you rather have more malls or more trees?
Maybe more trees.
More trees? Why man? Why trees than malls?
So that I will not smell black smoke.
2/3 of our breath that's coming from the ocean, and then 1/3 of our breath is coming from the forests. So imagine if you remove and cut all the forests. Do you think there's a lot of trees left or only a few left?
I think it's still many, but
Still many.
not so much. Because of course, people are cutting trees.
Gusto ka matog kuan forest?
Bukid nun.
Pwede na takaitor dito kay di namon kumawala.
Yeah, I like the cold wool.
Connected siya kay actually the forest is siya man gud ang kuan ga keep man gud sa water, mga fresh water nga mo kuan unsa ni kini mugawas na siya padulong dayon sa river.
If we get rid of all the trees, we cannot breathe that well. So we should save the trees from getting cut down.
Kung wala ang lasang, walay tubig, wa tay mainom. Wala po ng tao. Napagiday kanang gitawag nga kuan ba, pag-asa. O kay since sigab sa iyang pangidaron, then city boy siya, naa siya kuan awareness about the consequences. Kung mawala ang forest, dako ang impact ana sa tao.
Okay, last 1 minute before you show our audience your drawing. Hands up. Show your drawing.
Look, can you tell us about your drawing? Like, what did you draw and why did you draw that?
I drew this because it's a decision. If you start planting trees now, you can like plant more trees. If you cut more trees, it will flood. And if you make more factories, there will be bad smoke coming if you smell their environment.
What is the kind of future you want?
This side.
Here's how to explain. Bad, good. That's all to explain. Everything is burning and incinerating in a world where endless pain is happening. And in the good side, everyone's happy.
Where do you think we are right now?
Slightly to the bad side. Because factories and ozone and the thick ozone layer, but it's not that thick.
I just drew two sides because one was maybe people will be already cutting trees and the trees already and a lot will be cut down. And there's only a very few trees that are remaining. Also, I drew the other side because I also hope that people will be planting trees and there's plenty more trees that they're still there. And for a lot of more generations.
There's a lot of mountains and the sun, and I draw a lot of birds in the sky. And all of these trees, if they cut all of these trees, it will put nature into danger. And it will cause a lot of flood. And also in the future, I think they will only have like 0 trees left.
What I like is really the systems approach, the good and the bad. So all elements are there, and it kind of gives you some impression that this is what also young people think nowadays. Looking at the bad and the good, but there's that desire to always have a good future.
There are young people like Luke here who know that there are decisions that need to be made. Bad choices result to bad things for us, and good choices result to good things for us.
I like it perfectly because I have the same idea, I really thought of doing something like if we continue to cut trees and if there's nothing left, like we build everything there, so when it rains, then the water will just rush down and many will be running, even there's some landslides here. But if we continue to plant trees and grow them, so like when it rains, there are fewer water here because when there are trees, It allows water to actually go down the ground, and we can actually drink the water using wells, and the houses will be safe.
So this is the typical forest scene. Forest is not really the tree, but it's the ecosystem composed of trees and other living creatures, living stuff in the forest. And usually somewhere here, the top you can see it's green. And when you see a mountain, you should be alarmed if this light green increases or the light green goes up, because it means some of the forests are being cut, being logged. And so what we want is that this green will go down, cover some of these light greens here.
Plant the trees.
Yeah, so you can plant a tree to
That
start
rock,
this.
the gray.
Yeah, and it's worrisome if you see some brown and gray going up, because that means vegetation is losing.
Yeah, and rocks and dirt start to appear.
Yeah, when they start to appear, that means all the plants are removed.
And are dying.
I like this and that.
I draw the trees.
In lesson.
Ang forest is nagkalain-lain man siya nga kuan, klase sa kahoy. So that's why I put a lot of colors in one place. Because like what you said, kung maputol na ang mga kahoy in the future, na nalay isa, tulo na lang mabilin. So mag-ilog na ang tao sa kuan, sa water source, since mawala man mo utdan man tag water source. But ang nature na siya ay self-healing, which is ginagamit niya iyang kagaling elements. That's why I draw the water spirit here.
I want you to focus on this. Many adults are already doing this, but there are more young people like you who are doing this. So I want you to focus on that. So do that, Kaya?
Yes.
Forest is very important, but it's quite difficult to see the importance of forest when we cannot see our connection with the forest. And at least we see the connection, we cannot really have a good future. Like what Jacob said, it's always good to have a good future. And we can start with maybe taking care of the forest. It's not really like we have to go to the forest and plant trees. We all can contribute in our own way. We just have to find ways to contribute and understand our connection with the forest.
First, I think we need to listen to children. We lost that kind of idealism, that purity of heart when we are so overwhelmed with a lot of work and a lot of pressure from the practical side of life. And that's so sad. So listening to children is something we must revisit or do. And clearly, if we listen to them, these are the things that we actually ought to do. Perfect.